Three, two, one. Hello and welcome to Super Gamecast, your podcast for video game and video game industry news. My name's Aaron. I'm joined by Bronson and Emily. How y'all doing?
It was another beautiful Sunday for a podcast.
Is it? I haven't looked outside.
It's pretty nice out here in Seattle, so
I'll take your word for it.
There you go.
It's really hot in Reno.
How hot is it, though?
It's hot enough to where we got out of the Superman movie Friday at like 10 at night, and it was still like 85 degrees outside.
Yeah.
It was like we stepped out of the air-conditioned movie theater, like, oh my god, it's still hot. Yeah. Similar experience. We went to lunch with one of my grandma's friends. We're staying in touch since my grandmother passed. And we went to lunch with her, and we went to lunch at 11 in the morning, right? We stepped outside at 11 in the morning. We're like, oh my god, it's already hot.
Yep.
And I checked my phone, it's like 88 degrees out already. I'm like, god damn it.
We're in July, my friend.
There is almost never a point where at least one of our two window units is off.
Yeah.
I think that the window unit in the living room has been running for like 3 weeks straight, and the one in the office basically is only off very early in the morning or when I'm doing this show.
Yeah,
all right.
That's fair.
How are you handling it, Emily? What's going on over there?
Well, high today is supposed to be 76.
Oh, man.
So that's pretty nice.
That's nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But it's hell up here.
I will say that the main issue for me is the heat makes sleeping a nightmare. I have barely slept the past week.
I get you.
And it's like the temperature in the house is fine-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's more that just it's like the temperature is just barely uncomfortable, combined with the AC running is noisy. So it's noisy or it's hot. Or if I want to get the temperature right, I can turn on the second window unit in the office, but then I have to keep the window curtains open, so I get awoken by the sun at 6 in the morning. So it's just just suffering.
Yeah,
just suffering.
It was pretty bad.
Ugh.
I am trying to skate more, and let me tell you, on a cloudless day, trying to spend an hour skating, just I feel the sun's burn. I put on sunscreen, but I could still feel it cooking me in some way for a couple days afterwards, after something like that. It's just Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's not great, man. I'm looking. I think I had that baseball game, and then the stuff me walking around to get to the movie theater. I'm literally probably just gonna tell you guys, just go ahead. I'll make my way there. So just go ahead. I'll make my way there. So
that's funny. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, but
definitely bringing my cane.
That might be a good call. Hey, video games happened. I guess
they did.
Yeah.
So
they did.
Sure did.
I feel like maybe we should get into looking at what's going on with video games. What do y'all say?
Let's talk about video games. I like video games.
Let's
video games.
see what's going on over here. Nintendo has the Switch 2, just came out.
Yeah, Donkey Kong's out in less than a week.
Oh my god,
I'm
that's
stoked.
Right. Wow.
Oh
yeah, that's Thursday.
There are so many games coming out right now, man. I can't keep track.
I'm gonna play that all night long.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, Nintendo has some things to say about game development here. It says Nintendo says game development risks increasing due to higher game prices and rising production costs. Suggests shorter development periods as one solution. Wow, this is what a way to have confirmation that a Nintendo exec watches our show. That's very interesting. Well,
I mean, if that's the case, hi Nintendo, always good to see you.
I feel like a Nintendo executive should be more than one sub. That's what I'm saying. If he's sub, we should get 100.
It should be a good dozen, at least.
Man. Okay, so what's...
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just telling him, like, hey, you should get all of Nintendo of America to subscribe to us. There you go.
Exactly.
Send out a company memo.
So what's going on here? What is happening with this?
So he was having a meeting with investors, like just your standard, like, hey, investment call, like, what the hell's going on at Nintendo? What are their plans?
We're making you
for
money, please, God.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Like
we're making money. You should be happy by now. Okay.
You soul sucking demons. This is how we're making you money.
We put out a Mario Kart. Shut up.
Yeah,
man.
But he's on his call with his investors and basically saying, hey, games are getting bigger and higher fidelity, and they are costing more to develop, and we are also at the like increased cost to consumers, making this a high-risk business. And it's only getting riskier. So one of their plans is to develop game software on shorter timelines at a smaller scale, to help, combat that, basically.
Yes.
They are, the game business, quote, the game business has always been a high-risk business, but we recognize that rising development costs are increasing that risk. Our development teams are just devising various ways to maintain our traditional approach to creating games amidst the increase in scale and length of development. Believe it is important to make necessary investments for more efficient development. We also believe it is possible to develop game software with shorter development periods that still offer consumers a sense of novelty. We see this as one potential solution to concern about rising development costs and software prices, and we will explore it from various angles within our company.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Yeah, it's shocker. And this might. I got a lot of pushback on this when I posted this on social media.
Why?
Video games are too goddamn long nowadays.
You got on like the game themselves.
Yeah, games themselves,
okay.
Like not the development. But that, like, I'm like, video games are too fucking long. And apparently, people disagree with me. They apparently want every game to be 100 goddamn hours.
So, we've talked about this before. This is the problem of us being generalists.
Yeah.
If you approach video games purely as a consumer, I'm going to play the games that I'm interested in, and the games I'm interested in currently are like 2 or 3 games. And then if you don't have money, like do you want to stretch your dollar amount? Like you do want those games to stretch.
Yes, like when I was a teenager, the thought of a 6-hour game pissed me off a whole bunch.
Yes,
but now I am 34 and have money.
Yep.
So a 6-hour game doesn't bother me if it is a really great experience.
Right.
Like if if it's a mediocre experience, I'm mad. But if you put out a 6-hour game that's just mind-blowingly incredible, like I think back to like Portal 1, right? Like that's like a 2.5-hour game. But if someone would put out a game that's like today's Portal 1, I'd be losing my mind. I'd be like, this is yes, I will absolutely pay $40 for this.
Sure.
So yeah, I think that's but like people want to spend the bajillion hours, and part of its value, part of its they just like that world and they want to be in it, or they just have narrower tastes, and those are all fine things, I guess.
I mean, I think one of the consequences of this is I don't think they've been changing towards this direction, but actually, I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it anyway, just to get it out. Like single player experiences with stories to get through, I think creates more pressure to get through all those. Whereas playing like a free to play service or live service game, just jump in and do stuff, makes a lot more sense.
I mean, yeah, it does, because like I can tell you as someone who is like it took me a long time to get over the fucking just feeling bad that I didn't finish every game I've purchased. And then now I just don't give a shit. Like, I'm just like,
you can't.
There's
too many games.
I obviously didn't like it enough to want to finish it. That is the answer here.
Hmm.
Like, I'm not, because if I like it enough, I'm gonna finish it, unless like just a wave of busy happens. But I think a perfect example of this in my mind is when I go and I look at a game like Jurassic World Evolution. I like that game. I did not finish it.
Yeah.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, it's fine.
Right.
So yeah, I think this is the obvious solution, though. Like, I think it makes the most sense. I think that games are already too goddamn long.
Well, right. So I think they're too long. They're too big. They really don't need to be. It really doesn't need to be.
Well, like, I just finished Expedition 33, right? And that is absolutely currently my game of the year.
Okay.
It is an amazing video game. I think I did a lot of the side stuff. I didn't do all of it. It's a big game. But I did a lot of the side stuff. I finished the main story. I got a pretty high level party. They were all around level 70 by the time the game was over. And I think it was 40 hours.
Okay.
Like, that's great. For an RPG, that's like perfect.
Sure.
It's like perfect for that kind of experience. And like, if I really wanted to 100% it, yeah, I probably would have took a good 60. But then I think what people are wanting, though, is Persona 5 Royal. And Persona 5 Royal is a 100-hour video game. Yeah. If you want to do the main story plus a good chunk of side content, that is a 100-hour video game.
Man, I don't. Yeah.
It's a great video game.
Sure.
I recommend that to anyone who loves fucking video games. But Persona 5 Royal is a 100-hour video game.
Right.
Yeah. I partially blame Ubisoft for this. But you looked at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, right? Like, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, when you go check how long to beat, it is a 60-hour campaign.
Yeah.
And it is padded as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
It is padded as fuck. I started playing that game this year, and even in my like 15 hours with it, I'm just like, this is bullshit. Most of the content in this game is bullshit. This is just checkbox bullshit. It's not even that fun to play. Fuck, this sucks. And it's like, I would rather have more meaningful content. Like, if every open world game was like goddamn Breath of the Wild, I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Sure.
Because it's and I think we always talk about the fidelity end of things, and the fidelity end of things is like, well, Breath of the Wild is an 8-year-old video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Switch 2 version is just that in 4K with 60 FPS. It looks amazing. I really don't need video games that look significantly better than Breath of the Wild.
Right.
Or like Expedition 33 has a sub $50 million budget. That game looks incredible. As an incredible looking video game.
Yeah.
I'm sure Emily, I believe Emily just started it on the Series S. Yes. And I'm pretty sure on the Series S that still looks incredible.
Yup.
So good. So it's like, why in the fuck do we need games that look better than Expedition 33, that are longer than Expedition 33, that are more bloated than this? And the answer is like, we don't.
I don't know. I think that the trouble is, I think there are, in the same way that I think there's room for big games to be made for 8 years, it's just too much on this end. We need to move a lot of that development towards smaller games. I think there's a balance to be struck.
Yes, I agree with that. Like, I think that, like, it's just every game wants to be the 60 to 100-hour video game now, and it's just
that's the problem.
It's not good for the industry, and it's like, I don't want every game to be as long as Persona 5.
Right,
Dog.
I understand some people do, and I get that, but it's just not. I think it's not realistic on the development end to keep doing that.
Right, and then especially, like, if you make it shorter, you can make them cheaper. Like Expedition 33 is $50.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like, oh God.
And hell, there's
So
something to be said for
like,
like, hey, we're gonna put out a short but good thing, and then if you guys like it and enough people buy it, then we'll make an expansion, like a DLC thing for it. Let's keep it going. You know?
Or hey, we can make the sequel longer.
Right.
Yeah, we can make Expedition 32. Not really, because they have the story of that game, but
right.
but we can make a we can make a more like a new RPG that's similar, but it's just it's just so wild to me that the answer, like we had that Battlefield story, I think it was last week, right? Where it's like, that game's gonna have 100 million players. The new Battlefield, we're gonna make it so it has 100 million players, and I'm like,
good luck, bud.
Or you could just make it just good luck, I guess. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it'll be popular. If it's free to play, you'll get a lot of people.
People sign up, maybe.
But yeah, like, I'll try it. I like Battlefield.
Yeah.
I used to like Battlefield, I should say. It seems like the ramblings of a crazy person. But and how much is that pressure from on high or the community? Like, I think at the end of the day, people just want good video games.
Well, right. But like, it doesn't have to be 100 million players play it. Like, in order to have decent success, you don't need to be the biggest and baddest thing to.
No, I think that I've been playing Halo Infinite recently, and its community has really shrunk a lot, right?
Right.
Like, I'd say there's maybe 20,000 people playing that between Xbox and PC nowadays.
Okay.
But and that's like between both, and then like on just PC, it's probably 5,000. And that's fine, because like, you can still get matches, you can still have a good time.
You're matching with the sweat, but you're getting matches.
Yeah, and and that's great. And then just like recently, Star Wars Battlefront 2 was getting a big resurgence on Steam, and 16,000 players.
All right.
Today.
Yeah.
Right now.
Nice.
So it's like, yeah, like not every game is going to be Marvel Rivals, where its bad day is 118,000 on just PC.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not a realistic expectation.
But I just think, you can just make a really fun, smaller game, and people will enjoy it.
That too. I started mini shoot adventures on my Steam Deck and had a good time so far. Like, that's a small game and it's a good time.
Yeah.
A lot of my favorite games ever are technically smaller experiences. Like, Luminous is not a complicated video game.
Right.
I
wonder how many people worked on Mario Maker.
I mean, we can find out.
Can we? But I'm gonna kill time here while you do. He's typing. He's looking. Driving down the chorus. I don't know the lyrics to that Cake song.
So, oh my God, Google, you are so useless.
Yeah, no, Google is trash now. I don't know if there's a specific site you can look for.
Yeah, it doesn't say, so we'd have to go and count the credits, and I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
but like, it's, it took them 3 years to make it, so probably a decent amount of time.
Decent amount of time, decent amount of people.
Apparently, Yeah, like I assume that's not like a super small project to make.
No, not at all. But like
No.
3 years development to make this community platforming game that is chaotic and fun. And like, yeah, Mario and it being Nintendo developing it helps a lot. But just like,
Yep.
I don't know, it doesn't have to be the biggest, grandest thing. You can just make something that's really fun and silly, and you want to share levels and share video of people failing at your level,
Well, yeah, like, I've recently been playing the Link's Awakening remake on Switch, the updated version for Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it that game's about 20 hours.
All right.
It's about 20 hours. Yeah, it's not a particularly long, super long, in-depth experience. It's about 20 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily.
So
yes.
It's not publicly available.
Right.
How many people worked on Mario Maker 2? Although for the original Mario Maker for the Wii, it lists about 80 people.
Okay. Yeah.
On that game.
That's not small.
Okay.
But yeah.
The Wii U, yeah.
The Wii U, yeah. Can you imagine trying to design a Mario Maker level on the Wii, just like the Wiimote and nunchuck, and just be like, all right,
that would be so hard.
You could do it, but like,
I've got it on the Switch via the Pro controller, so that's not
okay.
That's not the worst.
I'm just trying to imagine like controlling, like aiming the Wiimote at the screen, and like the thing's jittering all over the screen. Like, nope, okay,
no.
So, Emily, I want to ask you how many what you've been playing and what you're playing now. What's like the ratio of like single player game to something like multiplayer or free to play, like not the single player experience?
I play more single players than I do anything else.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah. And you're down. You enjoy that single player experience.
Oh, absolutely. Like going on with the conversation about the length of the games.
Mm-hmm.
Like we both beat Final Fantasy VII Rebirth in like what 45 hours streamlined.
Yeah, and I thought that game. Content. Yeah, and I thought that game felt too fucking long.
Yeah, I could have cut down just a couple of other things in there, but like for me, I did Ghost of Tsushima back in 2021 plus side content that took me 80 hours.
Yeah,
Rise of the
I 100% that game in about 80 hours. Like that was a long goddamn video game.
But that's like all side content, all side stories, all that stuff.
Yeah, that's everything. That map was like barren by the time I was done with it. Like it's
yeah,
so
including Icky Island. I did the DLC and that got me to like 80 hours.
Yeah, I didn't do that was before that DLC that I skipped entirely. Yeah, so you're mostly doing single player. I think for me it's a split. It's probably like a 50-50 almost because of like Marvel Rivals and because of stuff like Street Fighter. Yeah, but I have noticed as I have gotten older, I am going back to single player more.
Okay.
I think there are some exceptions. Like I played the entirety of Monster Hunter with my girlfriend and had an amazing time. And that's a game that, in my opinion, is significantly better with people. But I think that I think that is an experience that is like kind of in the middle because you can play Monster Hunter entirely by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping you from never once playing Monster Hunter with another human being.
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of.
I think more. It would be cool if more games took on. I guess Monster Hunter does this to a degree. There's a sense of progression, of course, but it's like something that it was instilled in me from a very young age with sports games and skateboarding games. Just like I could use more games. It's not about the story. It's just like jump in. Here's the fun. Let's go do the fun thing. Let's go. And story is great. I'm not saying story is bad or anything. It's just I would like more games that kind of took that approach to like just getting you into doing fun things, and that's what you're doing. That's what you're there for.
Well, yeah, and I think that's kind of what a lot of indie games do. Like, I think when you hop into a game like mini shoot adventures, it gets there pretty quick. Like Link's Awakening has like a 2-minute cutscene, and then you're off to go save the world.
Yeah.
I think that I think Nintendo in general is really good at that. Like Mario Odyssey, like 2-minute cutscene, let's go.
Right.
So
it's really funny. I have not actually played hardly any of this Pretty Derby game that's trending right now because it forces you into the phone tutorial. The phone games do this where it's like, all right, we're going to force you to click this thing, and then we're going to force you to do this, and we're going to force you to level up this character as a way of trying to get you to learn the game. I'm like, let me play the game, let me play. And then by the end of it, I was like, you have run out of patience from me. And then they want me to do a story. It's like, I don't care. I just want to do the thing.
And I think that, yeah, and that's, it's, in my opinion, that is a huge like design flaw, right? Like that is a huge design flaw. I think that, I know we hype up Nintendo a lot on this show. It's not our fault that they do the right things.
Right now, in this moment, they're doing good.
I mean, like in terms of like the external stuff, yeah, that sucks.
There's
but
external
like in terms
stuff
of the way
that we're
they
gonna
design,
get to later today. Is like, okay, all right, but
like in the way they design their games and their products, it's very good. Like it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that you look at like something along the lines of like Breath of the Wild. Like think about how fast you get into gameplay in Breath of the Wild, right?
Yep.
Think about like how super fast you go from, hey, we get a little context cutscene, like 3 minutes. We get Link running out into the horizon, and then boom.
Yep.
Go play the game. Go figure it out.
Fantastic.
And Mario Odyssey, same thing. Mario Princess gets kidnapped. 1 minute, 2 minutes, you're on a new planet. You get a hat. All right, go play game.
Yay.
And I think that some developers get really up their own ass in assuming two things. One, that their consumer is an idiot. This is what I talk about with Ubisoft, where like Ubisoft fucking does not respect you enough to go find anything on your own. They handhold you through the whole experience. Like Breath of the Wild. What happens when you climb a tower in Breath of the Wild? Yes, it reveals the physical map, but it doesn't tell you where anything is. It relies on you to go use your little spyglass, your Sheikah slate, and look around and find interesting things on the horizon. You mark them, you go there. It doesn't say, oh boy, you've climbed the tower, now here's all the little markers on the map to go find all the worthless bullshit.
Right.
So they respect you. Like as a player, that you're not a fucking idiot.
Well, and they specifically create an experience where they get you curious to do the thing that they want you to do, rather than telling you to do it.
Exactly. And then you mentioned Pretty Derby. It's like they assume that you're a fucking idiot. Like that,
A lot of people have pushed through that nonsense and have gotten to enjoying the video game. I'll give them that. I just have low patience in this era where there are so many video games coming out. I don't have time to sit here with you hand holding me all the way through this, and then
yes, I don't mind if you do it like Expedition 33's tutorial explains. You get one fight at the beginning of the game, the very beginning after the first cutscene. It explains this is what parry is, this is what dodge is, this is how you build AP.
Yeah.
After that one fight, you're fucking on your own.
I really like that in the beginning of Expedition 33, they actually give you a chance to do one practice fight a little bit after that is like, so you were having a good time. You were on easy street. Here's some of the difficulty you're going to be running into in a no stakes situation. Here's the actual parry time. Good luck. It's like, oh, all right. Good to know that before we go in and start suffering losses. All right.
Yeah, and I think that is that's super smart.
Yeah. So
yeah, like
yeah.
yeah. So that's the first thing is they assume you're a moron and you need to be handheld. And then the other thing is like they think that this story is so great and people are gonna want to see Kojima does this. I
Yeah,
love Kojima, but he does this. He does
again,
this.
he does that. I love that he does that. Again, that's an endearing quality for his nutso
him
head.
specifically.
Yes, specifically
You know,
him.
he gets away with it.
Yes.
But like they assume, oh, our story's so great, and people are gonna want to watch this 15-minute opening cutscene when we talk at you. And I'm like, no, dog, no, I am not. Unless like there are some exceptions. Like I'm gonna be real. Like I have the opening to The Last of Us is a lot of cutscene, but it is so well done that you know, it kind of slides by you.
Yeah.
Versus, you know, but like I think my ideal opening is think back to that Spider-Man 1 opening, that Spider-Man PS4 opening, where it's like you get that establishing shot of Peter's apartment and that, oh, he's been Spider-Man for a while. Look at all this shit. Oh, you hear sirens, he gets dressed, and boom, you're web swinging. It's explaining the web swing mechanics, and you web swing for a bit, and then it goes immediately into you taking down the Kingpin. Like, great. It's a perfect tutorial. It's just you know, and I feel like the laziest way to do the tutorial is exactly what you've described with Pretty Derby and the Ubisoft games of, okay, like I remember playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's like, okay, now we need you to parry 3 times. Come on, parry, parry, you fucking idiot. And it's just like, dude.
You know, yeah,
it's just
there's some thoughts on that. I think that there's some ways they can improve the general game experience. To wrap it, yeah, go ahead.
The last one, like From Software, like expects you to like, you know, go out and do shit.
Yes,
like yeah, perfect example.
And I think so, that approach, like a lot of things for me with Dark Souls games and Elden Ring, like if other game devs took a lot of the ideas of how they go about game design for Dark Souls and Elden Ring and then just didn't do the difficulty thing that they do, like I would be so down. There's so much that they do that I love so much and would like to not be a Souls-like while taking all those lessons. But they don't. And it's just like, all right, cool. So yeah, to wrap this all up, we got off on a tangent there, but that's what we do here.
Sorry.
We are bursting at the seams to talk about video game stuff. So it's just like, all right, shorter development periods, make smaller games that are fun with less people. You can do it. People will play it if you, especially with like Nintendo backing. Here's a small Nintendo team that's going to make a fun little game. Like hell yeah. Like do it with franchises that you're not using. You can do some neat stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. 100%. I you know.
Anyway, yeah, so that's that story. Let's move on to the next one here.
It's cool.
Smash Bros. Creator marks 10-year anniversary of Nintendo President Satoru Iwata's death as fans pay tribute.
Yeah. Yeah, it was more of just the whole thing. Like it's been 10 years since his passing. You know, I think you know, like I think that man had a lot of positive effects on the industry as a whole, and a lot of companies and people can learn from him. You know, slashed his salary in half to stop layoffs.
Yep.
You know, like I think that I think the fact that he rose like from being just a programmer to being the head of the company says a lot about him. I think that, you know, the kind words of Sakurai here are another case. Like, just I have never seen the passing of a, you know, CEO and president happen and see just such positive vibes and memories. Like, God, what a dude.
Yeah.
What a dude. You know. You know.
That man knew how to walk the walk, Like, that man's obviously been making video games since the early days, but then he was like, I still think about, he found a way to cram the Kanto region into gold and silver. He just went in. It's like, all right. And like, wow, that's nuts. And just the things that he did. And then he's a case of, he kept moving up, and we've talked about, people being good at their jobs and then getting moved up until they're not good at their jobs, and he just kept going. He was fine.
Yeah, and he had that saying where he was just like, well, what was it? On my business card, I'm a company president.
Mm-hmm.
And on in my brain, here we go. On my business card, I'm a corporate president. In my mind, I am a game developer, but in my heart, I am a gamer. And he made smart moves. Like, hey, let's go after an audience that doesn't normally play games. Like, we can't, they earlier they saw the chasing the power thing is stupid. But like they saw the chasing the horsepower dragon is going to eventually lead us to where we're at now, right?
Right.
But like that's what happens when you chase the horsepower dragon.
Yeah.
So, here we are, and it's like, yeah, man, I feel like the industry is worse without him, and it's sad that he had to go at such a young age for such a shit thing,
Right.
Sakurai says, Mr. Iwata was truly the person who understood me best. He was full of virtue, relentlessly hardworking, committed to service, and a man who changed the game industry.
Yep. True.
And then there's a whole bunch of stories about him that you can read. I actually have his book. I keep meaning to finish it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was one of the good ones, and of course that's why he gets taken away. It's like, damn, this world.
The good die young, unfortunately.
Oh God. So, yeah. Keep looking to Mystery Iwata. That's the way to go, man.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey, who wants to talk more Nintendo?
Nintendo. Yes, please.
So, hey, Donkey Kong Bonanza exists because an exec was like, "Yo, dog, you guys made Mario Odyssey. That was sick. What if you did that for Donkey Kong?"
And they were like, "Yeah, sure."
So are we certain that the Odyssey team is what made Donkey Kong Bonanza? Was that confirmed?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, that's 100% confirmed.
Fantastic.
That was confirmed, I think, last day. Yep. Because Nintendo, so he asked if he knew why Kazumi had done this, hold on. Nintendo executive Kazumi, who approached Odyssey and asked them to explicitly consider working on a 3D Donkey Kong game.
Mm-hmm.
And then they asked why Kazumi had done this, as there hadn't been an internally developed Donkey Kong game since Jungle Beat over 20 years ago. And then they suggested, because Nintendo has a lot of characters to choose from, we're considering what would be good timing to create a new game with certain characters to most pleased customers. Of course, that's just my guess. You'd really have to ask Mr. Kazumi for the real answer. So they approached the Shigeru Miyamoto for some ideas, saying, quote, for him, a lot of things we came up with were unique actions that a really strong character like Donkey Kong can engage in, things like hand slap or blowing his breath. And I spoke to Mr. Kazumi, who served as director on Jungle Beat, and for him, one thing that was really important to distinguish characters from a character like, say, Mario, is that Donkey Kong has these longer, stronger arms. We took all these distinctive features of Donkey Kong as a character and tried to think about how we could bring them to play in a new game. There was also a programmer on the Odyssey team that was experimenting with voxel technology. Voxels are essentially 3D equivalents of pixels, and this programmer was playing around with ways to let players manipulate the environment using them. As an example, this tech was used on a smaller scale in Odyssey in the Luncheon Kingdom, where Mario can dig through cheese, and in the Snow Kingdom to crunch through snowdrifts. But this program was taking a step further, finding ways to let players throw voxels around and dig holes through them. It was this, combined with discussion about DK strength ability, that led to the destructive mechanics of Bonanza. So yeah, I'm stoked. Apparently, that there is still rumors floating around of them also in works on Mario game at the same time. But yeah, it is confirmed the Mario Odyssey team is in fact the Donkey Kong team.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
this will probably be a good game. I'm gonna go ahead and just say this controversial thing. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I'm looking forward to playing it. I got it pre-ordered. It's preloaded. Like Thursday, gonna be a good day.
Yeah. God, the game's coming out, man. Nuts.
This is definitely a slower year. Like I keep track of every game I play, and this is definitely a lot slower than the past 2 years, but still decent.
Okay.
And there's a lot of stuff coming up.
Huh.
Yep.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next story.
Yep.
FBI has seized a major Nintendo Switch piracy site. So they're continuing this. This is for the Switch 1, by the way.
Oh yeah, the Switch 2 hasn't been like cracked open entirely yet. So
Not totally. No, it's all to buy my codes.
Yep. The Switch 2 how hosted thousands of pirated versions of Switch games was seized this week in accordance with a seizure warrant issued by United States District Court for the Northern District of Georgia. This was already part of the EU's piracy watch list of earlier this year. The Nintendo Switch faced piracy issues throughout its life. All revisions of the system have been issued in an attempt to curb the widespread pirating of Nintendo games. It remains the mainstream console with the biggest piracy problem. In the weeks leading up to many of Nintendo's biggest releases on the system, hundreds of players regularly live stream themselves on TikTok and YouTube playing pirated versions of the game, often obtained via an early retail copy being uploaded online and widely shared. While so far, Nintendo hasn't faced the same influx of issues with the Switch 2. Nintendo is still in the middle of several legal battles against groups that engage in Switch piracy and emulator makers. Last year, Nintendo claimed that user was facilitating piracy at a colossal scale. Weeks later, user developer Tropic Haze agreed to settle a lawsuit to pay $2.4 million in damages. Following this popular 3DS emulator, Citra was also shut down. This was developed by the same people. I get it.
Yeah.
You still sell those games. Those games are still ready and available. I know that this is going to be a fucking hot take for some people. Dog, if a game is still readily available to buy, you should probably just go buy it. I know that's going to be a fucking hot take for some.
I mean,
but
yeah,
like it's like that's what it is. That is like if they're not, I can't play Punch Out on the Wii,
right?
That's not enough thing that they have available.
Mm-hmm.
Go pirate Punch Out on the Wii. Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit. It's fine. You can't buy that game.
Right.
Them fucking taking that shit down is stupid. But like this stuff, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, like they're still making money off of that. Of course, they're gonna fucking protect their interest in that way. And then it's like, you have the constant debate of, well, that person was never gonna buy it anyway. Well, they might have if they didn't have this option. That's the thing. They might have if they didn't have this option to get it for free. And then on the other side of that, you're looking at I think that a lot of people who know the history of the video game industry, anytime a piracy problem as big as what's on the Switch is going on, they look at the Dreamcast and go, fuck, we do not want to be the Dreamcast. We do not want to be just, oh, motherfucker, you can rip a CDR and fucking just play the fucking ripped Dreamcast game on the, like, you would literally burn Dreamcast games. That was what was fucking happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, Nintendo's
Like
not
they
Dreamcast.
don't. No, Nintendo is, no, but I feel like there is a certain point of, if this becomes easy enough, it will become super widespread.
Sure.
And then just, everybody is pirating games because, like, of course you can get the game for free, like, easily, like, with the exception of, kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I was a fucking 13, 14-year-old burning Dreamcast CDRs.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it's not like hard.
What I'm going to say to my pirating buddies is that this is part of the dance, and in the nature of piracy, another site will pop up and you'll be fine.
That as well. Like, that is,
it's part of the dance.
Like,
Look, there's a certain amount that they tolerate. There needs to be a dance to make it difficult enough to keep people with money just choosing to pay for it, while you're determined to not give them money or just don't have the money, you will do the work to get it done. So it's part of that dance.
Yeah. I actually, ISPs are starting to block certain sites.
Oh, right. All right.
Yeah, it's like my ISP, AT&T. Yeah, they started playing that game. So if you have a AT&T fiber and you wanna do that, you either have to run through a VPN or a proxy. A VPN or a proxy.
Which, if you're doing this, you're doing that anyway.
Yeah, like, so, my punch out thing that I said earlier, like, yeah, I had to run a proxy to make that happen.
You gotta.
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So,
because I was like looking around, and I was like, why the hell am I having this issue? And that was the issue.
Got it. Yep.
So
yeah, something to keep in mind. This is par for the course. Everyone, keep going. How it goes.
Yep.
Okay. I was just taking a look at the at the story myself. Yep. All right, fine. All right, next story. Virtuos says any 60 frame per second Xbox Series X game will easily port to the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah, so Virtuos is like a large port house. They've ported games from one system to another. So, like, they did that Oblivion remaster that came out earlier this year.
That's right.
And they're currently working on the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. They were the guys who, they're talking about. So they did an interview about the Switch 2, and they said overall the GPU capabilities are pretty comparable. It says, well, the Switch 2's CPU is closer to a PS4. He believes any game shipping at 60 FPS on the Series S should port to Switch 2. Performance-wise, it's slightly below the Series S. This is more noticeable in handheld mode. However, the Series S does not support technologies like DLSS, which makes the GPU capabilities of the two consoles comparable. So it doesn't have the same level of, like, raw compute, right? Like if you were to ask them to use no upscalers at all, like, yeah, the Series S is going to be more powerful.
Yep.
But when you look at, DLSS, what it does, you can get the games to look and run about the same. There is a caveat here for the people who don't know about it. Basically, DLSS and how well it runs, just like any scaler, is kind of on to the developer. So, like, for example, DLSS for some games looks amazing. Like, DLSS in Cyberpunk looks great.
Right.
You would almost, unless you know specifically what to look for, you would never know it's an upscale. However, like in Marvel Rivals, it looks like a smeary piece of shit. So you turn it off. So I think that's kind of like the big thing I can say is, like, he's technically right if the developers are willing to go in and put in the work to DLSS to make it look good on Switch 2. Which you would hope they would, but,
Yeah.
you know, but that does give me hope. That means you're gonna hopefully see a lot of ports of Series S games on the Switch too.
I like the idea that Xbox, in trying to create a cheaper console, actually facilitates Switch 2 ports for games that might otherwise not have had that in mind. But I also I think that's a good thing, like generally for everyone. Like this is awesome.
Yeah. I completely agree. Like I think that because that means you're looking at they could do a Baldur's Gate 3 port.
Mm-hmm.
They could do they could do a port of a lot of games to the Switch too. You know, like Tony Hawk just got ported recently, 3+4, and
yep.
It runs great on the system. You know, like I think that means you could easily do Shadows of the Damned. You could easily do Luminous Arise is already confirmed to come to the thing, but yeah, no. I think now you're gonna have to lower your expectation. I feel like that there's an expectation of like the Steam Deck and the Switch 2 and even the Ally where it's like you're not going to get 1-to-1 with even the Series S because it's fucking handheld. It has to worry about battery. It has to worry about, all this other shit. But otherwise, yeah, it's a good, it's close enough. And that close enough is great because, you get the option of portability.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic.
Yeah, like it's a big part of why, like, with the slow death that Xbox is having, I'm looking at moving my Xbox into the living room instead of the office and hooking my computer up to the television in here, and that way I can use my Steam Deck for a lot of handheld stuff and still get everything on a buy one platform experience. But
yeah,
it's kind of a I'm working on. So
okay, nice. Yeah, I'm happy to have a chance to play some more games on the Switch too. Let's get more games over there. That would be cool. But yeah, all right. See if I have this right. This might be our last Nintendo story, and I think this is a funny one.
I believe it is. That's why I put it last.
I love this.
So it was intent.
The stapler behind GameStop's infamous Switch 2 launch disaster. You can get it. It's apparently over $100,000, so good luck. But man, who's? I want to know. Who's getting this?
It's being excuse me. It's being auctioned off to raise money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. I mean,
that's awesome. I love this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything about this.
Yeah. Good on you for. The stapler and a certificate of authenticity includes the first Switch 2 to have its screen stapled, now refurbished in a working condition, plus its original box with puncture marks still present.
No way. That's hilarious.
While the incident itself was unfortunate, we hope its legacy serves a greater purpose, GameStop CEO Ryan Cohen said in a statement. The lucky owner of the stapler will now receive... the lucky owner of the stapler will now receive Cohen's underwear after the CEO promised to include it should the auction reach 6 figures.
What the fuck?
Why? What is wrong with you?
The chain hit the headline last.
I fucking can't with this.
Yeah, so that he tweeted, if this reaches 6 figures, I will include my underwear.
How about you don't? Maybe don't do that. Don't be a weirdo about this.
Seriously, like
Jesus.
the fuck.
So my thing here is like, dude, what? Man, why are you stapling shit to boxes as is?
I mean,
that's my first question.
Yeah, I don't know how they put their boxes. I don't know what's going on there, but
hey, turned a very annoying, unfortunate thing into something
net positive. Very, very
net
positive,
yeah.
And then underwear is included, so it's a net positive.
It's a net positive.
Dude, Ryan Cohen and the whole GameStop thing is such a
Jesus
weird
Christ.
ass thing that if Duncan was here, I think he's told us once before we would go down the rabbit hole again if he was, but we're gonna just I'm gonna sidestep that. I don't want to talk about that. This is it's a funny stapler thing. It's funny stapler broke switch. I want that in a museum. That belongs in a museum.
I mean, there's a video game history museum down in Texas, and then there's the Video Game History Foundation.
Yep.
Hopefully, one of them buys it.
Yeah, I don't know who the top bidders are right now, but
I don't know. So I don't know. It has $110,000 to spend on a stapler
exactly
to preserve a piece of weird video game history, but I guess good for them.
It's not a very important piece. Oh, what?
We have an update.
Okay.
All right.
GameStop Staplegate charity auction. It's what it's known as on eBay.
Staplegate. Good.
Oh, okay. Good.
Almost at $250,000. $249,900 right now.
You know, it's going to charity. That's fantastic. I am
great news.
Wondering. I can't help but wonder. I want to see who comes out with this. All right. Well, that's that. That's Nintendo. That's our Nintendo hour, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you all for joining.
Got a lot of news this week.
Got a lot of news. And then we got a few other things to go over here. This is interesting. The SAG-AFTRA thing is that over? They ratified the contract?
After well, you posted this.
That's wild.
Yeah, you posted this one.
I did.
Yeah, deep dive on this one for you, if you would, please.
So, for those that aren't aware, which is several people, the voice acting community was on strike last year because they wanted protection against AI.
Yeah.
And
that makes sense.
And now, after almost a whole year, they got their protection, they got the contract ratified, and they can now go back to work and not have to really worry about this sort of thing. I got so excited. I still need to message my buddy at Nava and be like, okay, thoughts.
Right, yeah. Yeah. This is, I'm glad this is over. I saw a lot of drama around this. Some of it understandable, some of it just like, what is going on? Why is this getting out of hand in weird ways? And it just went on and on.
And they kept trying to be like, oh, you guys are fine, but the voice actors are like, no, we want protection. We're standing our ground.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to lowball us. Fuck you.
Hold on 1 sec. I gotta step away for a second.
He is stepping away.
Keep going. Yeah. Keep going. Sorry, keep going on the show.
So there was. I also heard that there were some weird demands from. I don't know if it was a certain section of the voice actors group that were making weird demands. Again, I'm speaking off the top of my head. I didn't dive too deeply into this myself. It was a weird issue where specifically I think it was regarding like Genshin Impact voice actors and basically Hoyoverse stuff is what I saw it in. I didn't look too deeply into what was going on there. I generally side with voice actors on this thing, for sure. Like I have a vocal booth right here when I was thinking about doing voiceover and voice acting work, and after months of looking into it, I was like, they get paid too little to deal with too much. It isn't worth it. And so I generally side with voice actors on trying to get some money for the work that they do. And I know that can sometimes disrupt a game sometimes, but like
just a little.
I just think, voice actors should get paid. Get paid for their work. So whatever happened with there's a lot of stuff that happened during these 11 months around this. But sounds like it's over. they've signed something, and I'm hoping it's a good deal. Did we get any responses from prominent voice actors speaking out on this deal?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay.
But here are some notes about everything.
Okay.
Among its key stipulations, the deal provides compounded increases in performer compensation at a rate of 15.17% upon ratification, plus additional 3% increases in November of 25, November 26, and November of 27.
Okay.
Additionally, overtime rate maximum for overscale performers will now be based on double scale. Health and retirement contribution rates to the after retirement fund will now be raised from 16.5% to 17%, and then to 17.5% in 2026.
Okay.
And this is the one thing that this next part is also the thing that the voice actors were like going back and forth on.
Okay.
Contract also accomplishes performer safety guardrails and gains around AI, including consent and disclosure requirements for AI digital replica use, and the ability for performers to suspend consent for the generation of new material during a strike.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing that they were fighting for, was they wanted the guardrails, they wanted consent, and they got it. Finally.
Good. Yeah, that's a good thing. So, because people are getting their voices and faces scanned and then being just uploaded into AI for use without knowledge, and that's fucked up. So, I'm glad they got those protections. Yeah, I think that this is a good thing for a number of reasons. Hopefully everyone starts getting paid a little better, and we can get voice actors properly supported in this industry.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They deserve everything that came out of this contract ratification. They deserve all the good things in the world, and we stand with the voice actors. And we're proud of them for standing their ground.
It's still not enough for me to want to go back into voice acting, because they still have to deal with the things that I've
still
seen.
Still got to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah, but that's just part of the job, and I'm just not willing to put up with it, and that's how it goes. So.
And I know I had seen some stuff all over like Instagram, because I do follow a bunch of voice actors, saying like, "Oh my God, thank you." I think it was Yuri Lowenthal and his wife Tara who posted something about it. Let me try and find that real quick.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's in a games industry that keeps making more and more profits. And then this goes outside the games industry, like I think it was like a Jujutsu Kaisen movie, or it was an anime movie, and the voice actors, specifically the English, I don't know about Japanese, but the English voice actors got paid absolute pennies compared to what that made. And like, obviously, I want the bulk of that to go to the animators, the people that actually make the art and put the entire thing together. But like, the voices are kind of important. It would be cool if they would be able to pay rent from a movie that makes that much money. And the fact that they don't in a number of cases really bums me out. So yeah. We're looking at this. We're taking a moment here before we move on to the next story. Anything from Yuri?
Okay.
I'm still looking. Hold on.
Okay.
So I was listening, but just had to go take care of something.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely think this is good. We had that discussion in the Super Gamecraft Discord.
Yeah.
About how Hoyoverse and their actors are kind of just pushing back on certain parts of this, and how SAG-AFTRA is kind of going above and beyond. My question here is this still happening for Hollywood? Like, or is this both? Is this Hollywood and video games has conceded?
This is strictly video games. The Hollywood one ended well before.
It's actually surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I did hear rumors of Sean Astin looking to run as SAG-AFTRA president.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I think it's good. I think if you're like, in a lot of games, voice is super important.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think that, like, I think about Expedition 33 and how different of a game that would be if it did not have absolutely amazing voice acting. You know, but I also think that, like, you know, I see that. I feel like it's very hard in terms of balancing what, like, you were talking about Demon Slayer. And, like, yeah, the majority of the experience in Demon Slayer is the animation.
Yeah.
So, like, but at the end of the day, like, you know, these people are part of bringing this to life. They need to pay the fucking bills.
Yeah. That's like, literally, I just need to pay the bills on this movie that is making millions of dollars in theaters. Like,
Yeah.
man.
You know.
Pay up, bitch.
You know, what was the cost to make of that movie? Like, that's always a discussion, but it's
Absolutely.
just like, you know, like I feel like there is a lot of moving parts to a lot of these that I feel that there are people like, man, $1 bajillion. I'm like, yeah, but how much does it cost to make?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's another thing that a lot of people don't take into account. And like, yeah, there is totally excess value being pulled into bullshit or, you know, for shareholder dividend, but there's also cases of just like, oh, yeah, this just didn't make the money that it needed to because it was overscoped.
Right.
And it's like trying to figure out which of these is which. I think in the case of voice actors, they are a case of just they are very fucking underpaid. Even probably after this, they're going to be underpaid. It's just not. It's the unfortunate part about any job that is considered fun, in quotes.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to do it, so it creates a big supply of people wanting to do it. So they're going to undercut you for whatever your skill is.
Yep.
It is just the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
It's the nature of our beast, that is us, humanity, taking advantage of people for things that we like. Yeah.
Yep.
This is from a website called We Got This Covered. So I'm not sure, you know, what's going on, but it says film passed $30 million, Jujutsu Kaisen 0 in theaters, passed the $30 million mark, and a number of voice actors, dub voice actors, got paid as low as $150 to $300 for the whole project. And it's like, dude, yeah. So like this is the shit they deal with, and that's more of an, I feel like that might be more of an extreme thing, but it also,
yeah, I definitely think that is also like I think that you know, like I think a couple years back we had that Bayonetta fight.
Yep.
Or not fight, but that Bayonetta discussion where she was originally offered 4,000, but then it was debunked that she would offer 15,000. But Taylor was seeking 6 figures. And I don't know about you, but like $15,000 for one job seems like a good amount of fucking money.
It depends on the amount of time, because you're a main character in a video game, so it depends on how many hours am I spending to do this.
And how many? Yeah, but like I cannot imagine Bayonetta is not a game with a ton of voice. That's not, you're not getting Kojima cutscenes in that.
That's fair, but that's also like the finished product. There's, you know, different takes. There's trying different things. There's stuff that was cut.
But like, okay, let's, you know, like let's also factor in the fact that like Bayonetta is not like going to sell a bajillion copies.
Sure.
You know, like that's another factor here. Like
it's totally
like
a factor.
I remember like, you know, I remember Bayonetta 3 apparently only sold 1.07 million.
Mm-hmm.
So not a great sales winner for sure.
Yeah.
And then on the top of the fact that like I remember her posting stuff where she's like, "This is a major franchise, and it has it has an anime movie." It's just like, lady, you obviously have no idea how small this character actually is.
I mean, she's a major
Like-
character. Like people know Bayonetta, like, but like she's not making
Yeah, but,
Call of
like,
Duty
the-
numbers. No.
I know she's not even making like I don't think a single Bayonetta game went over 2 million copies.
Probably not.
Like they're not like a huge franchise, and then you're thinking most of that cost. So like, okay, like how long did she work on Bayonetta? 1 and 2. Let's say 3 is the same thing. It's like $15,000. I don't know. That's a lot of money, dude. I think that I'd be pretty stoked for that.
I think when you consider that voice actors are bidden for each job, it's a portion of them get a starring role once, and then you have to consider all the other jobs they're taking. It's like, okay, so 15,000. I'm aiming for try to get like 4 jobs of that level. That's not going to happen. Your Bayonetta is your biggest role. All right. So how many smaller roles paying smaller money, given the amount of time that I need to do to record these lines and get them right and train for them across a year, will I be able to make it?
So, I mean, that's a good question. I actually don't know what Helena Taylor has worked on besides Bayonetta. I actually need to look into that.
I'm just saying, like, they're not all Yuri Lowenthal. They are not all Troy Baker.
No,
people are fighting for this shit.
Yes, and I'm looking at her, and it's like, she has a very small. She's been in 25 projects total.
Yeah.
As far as like as an actress, and then so it's a couple animes, Bayonetta, Dragon Age Origins, and a bunch of movies I've never heard of.
Right.
So, apparently she was in Blazing Angels 2.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, I think that like, yeah, you're gonna have trouble finding work, but just what this person's full-time job is obviously not like being a voice actress. You're looking at the IMDb here,
right?
Like,
but maybe they're
even
trying.
then, like 15. Yeah, but like even then though, $15K for was effectively a side gig. Like that's
if that's how it is. Well, I don't know what her life's like. Like,
yeah,
you got to consider that there are people who are like a couple main stars in anime and then have tons of other projects, and then they have to supplement their income by going to conventions as well, like traveling to try and get some money from the people directly, and that's just what they do.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I've been to those cons and I've gotten signed stuff, and like, for like even mid-level actors, they're getting $50 to $100 a signature. Like, I paid $50 to get a signature from Dante from Clerks. So so even a guy like that, you're getting $50 a signature, you're getting a whole day. Like, you're easily gonna pull $50 an hour at a full day of a con. Like if you're somebody who's gotten a main role, I should say.
Yeah. Like
a Bayonetta. Like Bayonetta at a con will get $50 an hour.
Right.
When you're looking at some like, but if you're like, I was side character B in this, anime, yeah, probably not. Probably not.
But that's the thing, is you have to fight and you have to be in the trenches making not livable money in the hopes of getting a star role or near star role to try and carry you at conventions. And now you need to make that money stretch and hope you get enough people wanting your stuff at conventions.
And then you're realistically going to have to work a day job with that. It's very similar to the YouTube game. Like on the YouTube game, you fucking, like we're living that life where it's like you have to work your full-time job and then go fucking make fucking videos.
Now, Bronson, imagine we're doing this and people take our content and put it in a movie or a video game that makes millions of dollars and we don't get shit.
I mean, okay, so the thing with that though is, are we the main bulk of that movie? Like am
We
I,
could be.
am I the
Some
director?
people are, and they
I
still
mean,
got to do
some
this.
people are, and yeah, that part sucks.
Yes.
But in this particular, but like that's not the main bulk of what Bayonetta is, and a lot of these are. Like yeah, not everyone's fucking Sean Schemmel where that dude's set for life.
Right.
I understand that. Like that dude, that dude's Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Goku fucking is set for life. He's good. But like, on the other side of that, a lot of these people are just like, yeah, you are a very small part of this giant fucking thing. Like, if I want to be honest with everyone, like I'm a huge Bayonetta fan. I fucking love those games. Right? Like I love Bayonetta 1, 2, 3. Like they're 3 of the best games I've ever played. Her voice is a very small part of what makes that experience.
Then
And
like then these people should not be paid like the money that, like the fact that they're not going to be able to pay their bills with this shit unless they scrape by. Like it fucking sucks.
Yes, I agree with that. But like $15,000 is like a good chunk of change.
If you got enough jobs,
a game like Bayonetta.
I mean, like 15,000, it's not terrible. I don't know what the workload is like. That would really help me if I knew how much hours she put in.
Yes, I do. I do agree with that. I don't know about the amount of time that goes into a role like a Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine, as someone who's once again played those games, I cannot imagine it is an insane workload. But like, yeah, it could be a bit of work. Could be about a month in a studio.
I don't know.
Yeah. But like, you're looking at, even then, like, let's say you're working 60-hour weeks for a month, 80-hour weeks for a month, like $15,000 over divided by what, 320 hours? You're making $46.87 an hour, man.
Yeah, for that job.
Like, yeah,
now
for that
just
job,
happen to land 3 more Bayonettas, just like
yeah. Look, and you will be able to say, "Hey, I was Bayonetta."
Yeah, so
and take that and market it to people.
That
is a valuable.
The entire industry is being taken advantage of, so they're going to keep going.
Yeah, like it's and then there is a bit of a crab bucket effect, and then the industry wants to hire established people. Like, what was the fucking joke with, like, it was always the joke, it was like, oh, it's always Nolan North and Troy Baker.
Yep.
And now it's going to be Yuri Lowenthal and Ben Starr.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are going to be the two. It's going to be Yuri Lowenthal and Ben Starr forever.
Yeah.
Also, like, and that's just what the industry prefers. And now, do I think smaller roles need to get paid more? Like that fucking $150 fucking dollars for Demon Slayer? Yeah, that's fucking crazy. That's fucking insane. Like the $150 to do a whole movie? Yeah, that's fucking crazy. But I'm saying like $15,000 for one game? Yeah, that's fucking reasonable, especially for a game the size of Bayonetta.
It probably was. It's just, you're the main character of a video game, and then you gotta stretch that out into other things. I'm not saying that one specific case is one of the more fine things. Like I don't know what was going on with her and what she was looking for, but what I'm saying is, from me looking in as a potential career, they treat people like shit, they pay people like shit, and they do it because they love voicing these anime characters, and they're taken advantage of for it, and it's bullshit.
Yeah, I agree. And what more voice actors should do is either join this union or do something else and be like, okay, we just aren't gonna have voice actors, and you're gonna fucking deal with that until you start paying us.
Yeah,
and this strike hopefully leads.
Either join the union or like don't voice these people, don't voice these games, which will either turn to people who are willing to give their money out for cheap because they don't know better, or Gen AI.
Yep,
so
that's it.
Yeah,
and and I think that depending on who you ask, there will be a different reaction to generative AI. I know that I fucking went into a work meeting and they'll be like, we should have an NC Lab podcast that's AI generated. I'm just like, no, we should not. Yeah. That's that, so, but it's one of those things where just there is I'm curious to know how much of the consumer base gives a shit if voices are AI generated.
Well, I mean,
that's
where I think a lot of it, especially when you trend towards younger crowds, they're like, do not care one single bit. They want the game that they want, and they don't care what happens to the people who make them.
Yeah. Okay. Man, this is so depressing, but it goes back to that fucking quote that Anthony and I always bring up. Every gamer boycott is a 2-minute trailer away from being over.
It's why this podcast has trended towards more the industry bit. Is just like, we enter the workforce, we've done, looked at this, and it's just like, man, this is really, really dark and bad. And
yeah, like, and the thing about the Demon Slayer thing, like, if I'm that person and it's just like, yeah, we're gonna offer you, because you see, I imagine you see the contract beforehand. If I saw that rate of like, yeah, you're gonna make $150 in this movie, I'd be like, fuck off,
right?
No, and like, the only exception I can think of who shouldn't do that is someone who is brand new and completely unestablished, and you just need to get in a name out.
Right.
Like, that's for you. That's your shot. Like, obviously the Demon Slayer people are fucking established. They're in Demon Slayer.
Correct. It's Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen. Okay, so similar concept though.
Yes.
You're established. Yeah, you're established.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking, you're a name.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like at that point, it's like, okay, well, then fuck you. People know I'm the voice of X character from Jujutsu Kaisen. No, you're going to pay me more. I'm not going to do it. And then, like, you just have to hope that goes in your favor. Right. And that's a shitty thing. But I always say this. You have more leverage in companies than you think in a lot of cases.
Mm-hmm.
If you are far enough up the chain.
Right.
And it's about recognizing what your leverage is. I think the story I always think of is that Microsoft, Halo 2 was supposed to ship a year earlier, but it was a total mess. And Ed Freeze basically threatened, I'm going to quit if we put this out this year. And it got the game delayed a whole year.
Yeah.
So like, that is one thing I would say to voice actors or anyone in any work situation who knows that, that you have some level of value, is be like, yo, dog, throw that weight around a bit. Be like, hey, no, fuck off. And if they fire you, they fire you. You want, like, the thing is like, we are in such a no-lose situation now as, as workers as a whole, in all honesty, that fuck it. Like, okay, I'll find a new job.
I mean, that's the point for me, and I can't speak for other voice actors and what they do and what's going on with them. But I just made the choice not to go in because it sucks, and I would rather work a job I don't care for and keep searching for something that does work for me, rather than, because I was doing classes and people were like, the coaches I was hiring to help me said, you're good, you can do it, and it's the easiest. It's a path into doing a job that I like could have fun doing. I have everything I need. I could make it happen right now. And because I know what this industry is like and how they treat voice actors, I don't. So
yeah, like until you become a Ben Starr, a Jennifer Hale, a Yuri Lowenthal, you get treated like shit. That's just what it is. Like, and it's shitty. Like, that is not correct. And I think that part of that's just because there's so many fucking people in it, and then part of that's because there's, like a lot of people see it as easy, and it's not actually easy. I think even doing a show like this correctly, which we don't do. Look, I listen to the show to edit it. We suck at this.
Yeah.
The thing is, we're sadly better than most people at it. Because I listen to people that are around our size, and I'm like, we're bad at this, but we're better than most people who are doing it.
At our size,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Even a little bigger than us. Like, I'm seeing people like that. I was like, the fuck? How do this many people watch you?
Okay. We haven't figured out our thing. It doesn't help that we're a general video games podcast. What it is.
Yeah. Yes. But no. So back to what we were going with. It's just like, it's like, you gotta tell them to fuck off and then go about your business. It's exactly like when I was over at Microsoft. Like, I was not getting treated the way I felt I deserved to be treated. I was like, hey, I don't like this. I want to change. And they were like, no. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna go find a new job.
I mean,
it's what it is.
I'm hoping that this deal really helps these people get paid and encourages people to join. But
I always have a big concern with union contracts because, like, they often do not protect the people who are lowest end of the totem pole within the union.
Right.
Which that also sucks ass.
Yeah.
I have seen, like, I remember very early on, I remember talking to my uncle, he's a union contractor.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, like, oh yeah, the first 4 years of my career, I had to eat shit, basically. Until I was, like, established enough to where they just gave me jobs constantly, and I made a ton of money, and I bought 2 houses, and
which is
everything was
wild
great.
because, like, you need to support that lowest end the most because they're the most likely people to go non-union and then take whatever pay they can to get work.
100%.
Which then undermines the whole, like, the union effort. It's kind of wild. So
That's just, it's, well, and and I get it because, like, I get it as an organization, if you bring someone in, it's just like, well, we want them to, it's just like, well, we don't know if they can perform. We don't know if they're, we don't know, like, all these different things. And if they suck, it makes us look bad. So, but it's just like, I think as an organization that can be very scary. But on the other side of that, it's just like, well, your whole job is to, make it so that is a less bad process. And also so people keep joining your union so you actually can press back on shit.
Right.
And then, there's a bunch of corrupt shit at the top of unions. We've all read about fucking Jimmy Hoffa and whatnot.
There's always, you always need to be on the lookout for people who are in higher positions of power. Always and forever, doesn't matter which side.
It's exhausting.
It is.
It's honestly
it really
exhausting.
is. Unfortunately, that is the assignment.
It's just like it's just this thing of just like I want to be able to, like, like, I am someone who wants to assume the best in people, and I want to, I want the world to be a better place, but I'm also just sitting here being like, oh,
yeah,
God, I just like sit here and I go just like, man, I get so tired. I get so tired of every time that I enjoy something. It's just like, did you know that this person associated with this thing is a piece of shit? Like,
another one,
no.
Huh? All right.
I didn't. Thank you for letting me know. I guess.
Y'all should go watch Superman. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you should. Like I said, I gotta have a Superman on Friday night being like, man, this movie gives me hope for the world. Nice. This is a what?
It's a blast of fresh air in a world that we're in today.
Well, I am someone who traditionally does like kind of cynical media.
Sure.
But there's been a lot of it recently because of the times we live.
Because of all this.
Yeah, but going to Superman and just getting this experience of just like, kindness is the new punk rock. And I was like, Fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So,
So, all right.
yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I wish the best for the voice actors that are part of this union. I hope more people are able to join and it doesn't go
sure.
poorly. I want voice actors to be treated well and paid appropriately. So,
Yep.
all
Same.
right. Next story.
What's up?
Speaking of anime, Netflix says more than
Okay.
half of its subscribers are watching anime.
That checks out.
Which again goes back to our conversation we were having earlier. Damn, a lot of people are watching that anime.
I feel like every time I go into my girlfriend's bedroom, like the bedroom when she's like watching TV, it's like there's about a 75% chance it's anime.
Yeah.
Like she watches like just a lot more TV than I in general. I am very much more like play video game.
So
in fact, getting me to
yeah, I just wanted to ask: is this primary screen or secondary screen for her?
Primary, she has her wind down time, and she'll hit like 7 at night, where it's like, all right, I'm gonna go enjoy some marijuana and go and watch anime and just zone out for the night and
God, that sounds nice.
Relax.
Ugh.
Yeah, it really is great. I wish I had the brain for it.
Right. Yeah.
I wish I did. Like my brain's like, no, video game, play, interact, like build something, write something. It was like,
yeah,
sleep is hard for me. Anyway,
yeah.
So like, so yeah, it's but like, yeah, most of the time I will go in and I will see her like watching anime, like of all varieties, and Netflix, Crunchyroll, like all of them. Right. And even on our date night, there's like almost always one anime in the rotation of TV shows and movies when we do an in-home date night.
Nice.
It's like right now it's Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ooh,
nice.
All right,
very good.
Yeah, no. I know the next anime that I want us to do is Hajime no Ippo.
Okay.
That Aaron, you would like that one's a boxing anime.
Right.
So it's a real, yeah. Aaron, I think you would really like Hajime no Ippo, especially once you get past like the earlier episodes where like he's kind of unsure of himself.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I mean,
character.
that's how these. Oh, I've seen art of this before. Okay. Yeah. That's just boxing. That's a shonen ass. All right. I'm a plucky young guy, and then I need to learn how to be persistent in my goals and get stronger. And yep. So yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Shonen, Shonen anime has made me probably the person I am today, which is good in the way that I do not give up. I am arguably too stubborn for my own good.
Right. Yeah.
So,
hey, it's good. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
Emily, what anime do you watch? Are you currently watching anything or nah?
Not really. I did watch Delicious in Dungeon for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that one is good.
It's so good.
I want to say that that my girlfriend watched that one as well. Like I think I started watching that one. I know I started watching the other like cooking one on Netflix.
Oh,
God.
Crap. I know what you're talking about. That was trending recently.
Yeah, what it is too.
But yeah. I get into a weird space where I love anime, but I've always been a normie. It's Dragon Ball Z all the way.
Absolutely.
Whatever came on Toonami. So I saw like episodes of like singular episodes of Inuyasha and Robotech, and Hamtaro.
Hamtaro was sick. I loved Hamtaro.
Yeah.
I love me some Hamtaro.
Good.
Death Note. A few others, and I love anime a lot, but I always
I love talking to Anthony about anime because like he will be like, outside of like he doesn't watch much anime, but whenever he does, he always comes to me with like, oh yeah, they're like this anime and it's just like some deep cut, like obscure thing, and I'm just like, of course you do.
Okay, here's a question that you might know the answer to. Has Anthony watched Initial D?
I think he might have.
He should.
I don't know if he ever finished it.
Oh, you mean okay.
Knowing Anthony's taste and things, I keep trying to get him to watch Death Note.
Okay.
Because I think that is a show he would love.
Yeah.
I think he should watch Neon Genesis.
I mean,
Yes.
that's something that everyone needs to
Absolutely.
get to. That's like part of your. After you find an anime that you enjoy and you decide, all right, I enjoy anime, then you have to go in. And I still have to do it myself, but that's like number 1 on the list.
It's really good, but
I
it's
know.
also really depressing.
I get the impression it has influenced a lot of anime going forward.
I mean, let's put it this way: in Japan, they will play that in the subway.
Oh,
The theme song for that show.
Oh my lord! All right,
Yeah.
knowing some of the things that
That's
happen in
what a
that.
good deal it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then this is a movie, Akira.
Yes, Akira.
Yeah, you should watch
That's
Akira.
another one.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those are the ones that come to mind. He really likes comedies. I think he would love. And this is what my girlfriend and I watched as it was coming out. Sakamoto Days is great.
Right.
Sakamoto Days is super good.
That's one of the things that was cited here. Dandadan in its subject matter is right up my alley. But I'm suffering from a problem where I get a bug up my ass of like, I should go to the source. I should read the manga for this. Like that's what you really do. And then
stop it. I'm so fucking tired of manga elitist people and fucking sub elitist people. Like, please go fuck yourself.
I love anime, and especially like the only way I'm gonna watch anime is probably as a second screen experience, unless it like takes over my life. So I would need it dubbed. Like it is what it is.
And that's fine. It's fine, guys. I feel like this is the only goddamn community where this happens, where like, you know, I'm watching fucking Squid Game in English with the English dub, and like no one's complaining. But the second that I'm like, you know, yeah, I watched through all these animes dubbed. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's like, not.
I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Please, like.
I understand there is something about like anime dubbing. Sometimes they get it's a little overacting, I guess, but it's not like it doesn't bug me. Just doesn't.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me either. I'm just tired. No, the only time that I really ever got into an anime subbed was when I didn't want to wait for Dragon Ball Super episodes.
Right.
The like day or two for the dub.
Yep.
So I was like, nope, we're watching it in Japanese, and then we'll watch it again tomorrow in English.
Well, it also helps. Like the one thing that I think is a really good thing about manga is like I'm always late to the party. I don't catch, you know, the manga when it's like getting good. I usually hear about the anime being made. Like I should check this out, and there's like 200 chapters, and I think like, holy crap, that's crazy. And then like you get through an arc if you sat down and like spent the amount of time you read a chapter or two of a book, and you sat down and read a manga, you can get through that pretty quick. You move pretty quickly.
No, absolutely. I remember when I used to work in a call center, and we'd of course have downtime. So like I would have websites to read comic books and manga, and yeah, I got through all of like Spider-Gwen in like a week and a half.
Sure.
You know, like the same goes for comics. Like it was, yeah, no, it was great.
And so, another point to manga's favor is that is straight from the creator. Everything that happens in there, that is, you know, maybe once it gets big enough, there's an editor that's like, all right, you need to do something exciting here, or you need to introduce this character or that character. But like, for the most part, it's the creator. Here's what I want the story to be. Here we go. And then anime has to make edits or they have to stretch time out and they do their own thing. And that's not to say that makes it a lesser product.
I mean that's how we got Goku driving a car,
exactly. That's the thing. It's not closer to the creator's vision, but if it's done right, it can be fantastic. It can be a great time.
Yeah, I think that there is something to be said. I think that when it comes to movies, I'm a little bit more of a purist.
Sure.
Where like I want as close to the director and writer's vision as possible, which is why like I spent an assload of time calibrating my televisions to be perfect for movies.
All right.
But like outside of that, I'm just like, I'm here for a good time, dude.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like it's the same reason why like I'm not like going bankrupt buying animes on Blu-ray because of how expensive they are, and I want the best possible experience. I'm like, versus like film where I'm like, no, I am buying these 4K Blu-rays and I'm getting the best possible experience and whatnot.
Sure.
I'm not sure if it's not that I consider anime or television more disposable. It's just there's so much of it and you're consuming so much of it. It's just like, I just want to enjoy it.
Right.
Versus like a movie, it's like a 2, maybe a 3-hour thing where I'm like,
we're locking in.
It's like get locked in. Let's go.
Yep. No, I totally agree. But
I actually had a funny conversation with my girlfriend the other day about movies where she started watching it's a popular Netflix movie right now. It's God, I'm forgetting its name.
About
K-pop people,
Slayers.
I'm trying to remember what it's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
The 3 girls.
K-pop. K-pop Demon Hunters.
There it is. Yes, that's trending right now.
We got it. Yep. And she started watching it yesterday at like 7, and it's a very loud movie, so you can, I can hear it in the office.
All right.
Which the soundtrack sounded dope as shit.
All right.
I'm gonna be real. Like I'm like sitting in the office just vibing to the soundtrack as I'm as in the next room the movie's going. And like it ends after an hour and a half, and I'm like, I thought she just paused it to go do something. I'm like, is the movie already over? And she's like, yes, the movie got too long nowadays. This is like perfect. It was a 90-minute movie.
So our earlier conversation about video games being too long.
Look.
I think a 2-hour movie is fine. I think a
2-hour movie is fine.
Yeah.
I think 90 minutes might be a little too short for a movie. Though she just looked over at me and she's like, I stand by it.
Yeah, that's fine. I think anywhere between 90 minutes and 150 minutes. I think that's pretty good.
Well, I do enjoy how Phoebe is slowly becoming the disembodied voice of the show.
Yes. This person that definitely exists. You're definitely not by yourself in a room just turning your head and talking to nothing.
Exactly. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
So, hey, anime is popular. Anime is cool.
Who would have thought?
Just thought you should know.
Who would have thought?
Well, especially if you think about how many people are on Netflix.
Yep. Yeah. When you consider that Netflix, is still a big streaming thing, like over half now. Yeah. So like, okay, it doesn't seem like there's a detailed breakdown here. It seems, it crossed the 300 million member mark, which again, roughly 150 million or more are watching anime. Now, does it say that they're watching like a whole lot of anime? Are they just like booting up a Studio Ghibli movie and like that counts them in?
No, it's apparently they were so they might have been surveyed, or like I have to think that it's oh my god, the US 63% of audiences. I think that it has to be they at least watch a handful of things. I don't think they have to be like consumers that are like all the time, but I do think that it's probably watch a lot.
And it says, anime based on video games have been particularly successful for the company. Their shows Castlevania, Devil May Cry, Witcher, Cyberpunk 2077, Beastars, Devilman Crybaby. Yeah. Yep.
My girlfriend and I loved the Devil May Cry anime, and both of us love Cyberpunk's Edge Runners. They're both great.
Do they count their live action One Piece as part of their anime?
I don't think so.
They shouldn't. I don't know. But yeah. And then yeah, there's Cyberpunk, and Don and the big dogs are out here hitting.
So we recently watched through MASH. That was fantastic.
Oh, all right. My favorite
MASH.
anime.
Yeah. No, like it's not MASH as in the American Army show, like MAS, Magic and Muscles.
Oh.
Yeah. You should look that up, Aaron. The human. So it's about a dude who goes to wizard school, but he has no magical abilities.
I've been told about this. Yes.
Shit. Yeah.
I hear this is very good.
It's a very good, and then the intro music to the second season slaps real hard. It's real good. It's
very
real
good. What is the Japanese? Because my friend tells me about this a number of times, and it sounds fantastic and ridiculous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a whole bunch of anime out there. I need to get to a bunch of it. I want to get into One Piece. I want to get into. I'm a big fan of One Punch Man. I watched the first season. I heard the second season anime wasn't very good, but I don't know. And then Dragon Ball Super, I've only just started getting past where the anime ends, because they aren't starting up more animation for Super for some reason. I don't know.
For me, we're getting through Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm showing that to my girlfriend the first time. She is enjoying the Dark Tournament, which makes sense. That's the best tournament arc in anime history.
Right.
So, and then other than the Dark Tournament, let's see. I've talked about doing. I'm doing Hajime no Ippo myself, and then I'm super excited for the next season of Edge Runners. I think that's kind of what I have until the last season of My Hero is coming end of this year, and
boy.
Did
you read the end of that, or are you just waiting for the anime?
I've only heard people talk about it.
Yeah.
I keep hearing the meme.
Yep.
I was talking to my friend Joe. He apparently loved it. He apparently loved the ending. I talked to other people and they said they hated it.
Right.
I know that the words I keep hearing are "put the fries in the bag, Deku." So I don't. But
I'm looking forward to it. I want to hear your thoughts.
I love that. I honestly think that by the time, if that ending is even close to what I hope it is, and it lives up to the rest of the show, that will become my second favorite anime of all time.
Man,
that it is from beginning to end. My Hero has been such my vibe.
Sweet.
It is the only anime I can say that I have almost loved as much as Dragon Ball.
Nice. All right.
So yeah, like, I think that the. Let me be honest. Aaron, I think that if you want Superman vibes, Deku throughout the entirety of My Hero is definitely that.
Okay. All right.
So I think that, yeah.
I forgot. I also have a friend who's really trying to get me to start looking at Hunter x Hunter. So that's high up on the list.
That is, I keep wanting to get to that again just because it's the guy who did Yu Yu Hakusho.
Right. Yep. Also, always wanted to see Sailor Moon. I like my my Sentai girl team. That seems like fun.
Yeah.
So.
You've never watched Sailor Moon?
I watched the transformation scene.
That was my anime when I was growing up. Like, fucking hell.
I hear it's very good.
Oh.
I hear it's very, very good. So.
Like, I even watched the live action Sailor Moon. That's how much I loved it.
Yeah. And then
So-
the main manga that has been really my vibe that I've been reading, and it's supposed to be getting an anime. I don't know when, but it's Gachiakuta. I don't know what the English version of that is, but it's a guy who basically lives in a garbage world where you can summon things and use like items to do power stuff. Oh wait, I guess did it come out? Well, we got Gachiakuta episodes 1 and 2 from IGN 4 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's starting. Oh, that art for Gachiakuta is fantastic. I love that art to death. So super
I'll have to
excited
check
that
it
that's
out.
there. Yeah, apparently only 2 episodes out right now. So great. Oh. All right. We could keep talking about anime for a while, but let's wrap this up with sad news. As we always do.
Sadness.
Sadness.
Sad news.
EA-backed car culture site winds down as Need for Speed is shelved.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is currently is this just a rumor or is this according to a
straight up
photojournalist, a long-time contributor? The site was on ice 17 years after it's founded. EA shelved Need for Speed. There's no more funding for the site. Grateful everything, the trips, the stories, the lifelong mates. Speedrunner has been updated for several months. This follows a statement from EA itself that its suggested plans for a new Need for Speed game are on hold, as the current developer Criterion focuses its work on the next Battlefield. EA announced that in 2023 that Criterion had moved divisions within the company to work on Battlefield instead of Need for Speed. It's one of 4 internal EA studios connected to Battlefield. Need for Speed's previous developer, Ghost Games, was restructured into a support studio named EA Gothenburg. As Ghost Games, it would develop Need for Speed Payback and Need for Speed Heat. Criterion was responsible for Need for Speed Unbound. Recently acquired Codemasters, which supported the development of Unbound, recently announced pausing development of its famous rally titles, WRC. So it seems like EA is literally putting anyone that isn't Respawn to work on this new Battlefield game. That's what it sounds like. And
well, yeah, they're it sounds like they're aiming big for Battlefield this time.
Yeah, and God, what a shit. Like, earlier in the year, I was like, man, there's some real hope for racing games right now. There's a lot of good stuff going on with racing games. Because, like, Mario Kart and Sonic Cross Worlds and Fast Fusion, and I'm just like, maybe my driving game is gonna make a comeback, right? Like the driving games of old will come back. And then it's like, yeah, we're gonna cancel Need for Speed, and there hasn't been a Forza Horizon game in 4 years because those guys are working on Fable. And we're killing the people who make regular Forza Motorsport. And the Project Gotham developer died years ago, and the Burnout people are working on Battlefield, and the Need for Speed people are working on Battlefield, and that's just racing games of, I hope you like Gran Turismo and Mario Kart, dog, and sometimes Sonic Racing. That is the 3 games you will get forever.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like. This is just a sign that they made Burnout Paradise and the genre clearly peaked, and so there was nowhere to go. Sorry.
I mean, I'm someone who is like, I want to play Burnout 3 on not in emulate. That would be nice. That's really all I want. Just fucking put out Burnout 3. Anyway.
Yeah. So the Need for Speed, it would be nice to. To be fair to Need for Speed, they've made a lot of attempts, but they keep making the kinds of attempts.
Most of them have been bad.
That's a thing. Like that's the problem here.
They've sold, but they have not been great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at because there's been a lot of Need for Speed games since I dropped off.
Yes, there have.
The last one I played was Most Wanted in 2012. But yeah, there's just a lot of games that just didn't do well. In fact, when you look at the scores, it's like Payback was in the 60s, Need for Speed, just the name, 60s, 70s, 60s. But like the last game that got like consistently high scores across the board, honestly looks like it was Hot Pursuit. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Wow, that's a while back. Kind of it.
mhm.
Man.
Yeah.
I like my arcade racers.
I do too. I would love for Project Gotham to come back. I'd love for Burnout to come back. Fuck, you know what? Microsoft, put out Blur, remaster Blur.
Dude, get more Blur and Split Second going.
Yeah, you know what? Split Second you at least play on modern machines. Disney,
Yes.
the right thing there. But like, you can't play Blur on anything. You have to go buy a 360 or a PS3 and
That's
have it
wild.
working. Which has a copy of Blur now. That's a game that I should probably. I'm gonna look for a 360 copy. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not the price. It's just Amazon's stupid.
Oh, okay. All
right. Thank God.
So, depending on the condition it's in, you'd be looking at $30 to $60 for the 360 version.
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
I mean, unfortunately, COVID. So, if you ever want anything to blame for the price of used video games, retro games in particular, being ungodly expensive, you can blame COVID. COVID created a speculative bubble. Like, yes, some systems and games would get expensive, but now it's like the minimum for a good used game, unless there were a bajillion million copies printed, like Sonic All-Stars Racing, is about $30. Yeah, the PS3 version is about $40, depending on the condition.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's just like, for me, I'm not doing that for Blur, but I am doing that for Split Second. I know Split Second doesn't have that problem, but like, that's just my personal thing. But there were a ton of people. There were people that liked Blur.
I was one of those people. I like Blur a lot.
Right.
But as one of man, I am like sitting here with the probable death of Xbox hardware, being like, I should go buy a bunch of hard copy through 60 games. I like my paranoia is creeping into the back of my mind, being like, any day now those will disappear off of the server. I need to go buy a hard copy 360 games to preserve these for myself.
Yeah.
Yep. Especially because getting a 360 emulator working correctly is kind of a pain in the butt.
Right. Yep,
more effort than I'm willing to put in, at least.
Right. Exactly.
Versus like, so I don't know. I might become an Xbox 360 collector in the next year, just because I'm like, man, I don't have faith in Microsoft to keep these servers up.
Yeah. Oh man. Well.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a show.
That's a show. We did it. We covered the video games.
Covered the video game.
Yeah. For real quick, did anyone play any interesting new video games?
Like Tony Hawk.
How's that?
It's like it's more so. It has mixed reviews on Steam because it's really a Tony Hawk 3 remake with Tony Hawk 4 maps added to it, because Tony Hawk 4 was like really open-ended. I'm not sure if you remember Tony Hawk 4, but Tony Hawk 4 was like really open-ended with quests and whatnot. It didn't really have the timed run experience that's in the later games.
Right. Well,
or in the earlier games. But so
they weren't gonna do that.
So some people are upset that they're not getting traditional Tony Hawk 4. They're getting Tony Hawk 3, Tony Hawk Fied 4.
That's
so it's like
look.
Which in my opinion, Tony Hawk peaked at 3. So I'm like, yeah,
like that was when the Tony Hawk experience kind of really came into its own. I think there's a lot of conversation going on around Underground 2 remake project in this vein, but for that. And I think if you want your quests and all that, I think that's going to be the game to do it.
I also think that you should just make the new courses are dope enough to where like I'd rather have them just make a new game.
People are also talking about, hey, it's time for 6. Let's go.
5 didn't happen.
5 didn't happen. That's a shame.
They just call it 5.
Yeah.
They just call it 5.
They can just call it 5.
But no, I would be stoked for that. Yeah, it controls good. It feels good. I unlocked Bam Majera.
Nice.
The soundtrack is I need to go through it because I've just been skipping songs when I find the one I feel like doesn't fit or I don't like it.
Right.
And as such, so that's been something I've been doing. But so I need to go into the settings and just turn off the songs that don't fit because like there are some rap and hip hop, which was in Tony Hawk, but like some of it is it doesn't fit the vibe.
Sure.
So I'm just like
what they're trying to do
I need to.
They're trying to fit in some new stuff as well because that's part of the thing is they're bringing back old skaters, but they're also including new skaters. They've got the old soundtrack songs that they can get, but they're also trying to get some new artists, which is an effort I really appreciate, but it can be hit and miss.
Yeah, I get that. And that's fine. Some of the new stuff I have liked.
Sure.
Only 20% of the original soundtrack is here.
Right.
So like most of the new stuff I have really enjoyed. It's just there are some of it where I'm like, I need to roll back on some of this stuff. But I've been having a great time. I'm terrible at these games.
Right.
I am really bad at Tony Hawk. I've gotten better by playing it. The thing that I'm hoping for is a lot of Microsoft games have cross save with Steam, and I'm hoping that is the case for when I go buy the Steam version.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting here going like, please do not. Please do
for
not.
the love of God.
Don't make me 100% of the Foundry again.
Right.
So, otherwise it's sick. I haven't made enough progress in Death Stranding to really say whether or not it's something I recommend or not, but
sure.
Yeah.
I played a little bit of Pretty Derby, but not enough to be like able to tell you whether it's good or not. Duncan will tell you it's good. I'm just gonna have to trust him for now.
I am so bummed that our 2 clips with that game did not do well. Just because I was so proud of those titles.
Yeah.
I was so proud. Like I remember I sent you the title with your thumbnail and I was like, this is every bit of creative juice I have.
No, we're just down here. This is where we exist.
Like that, especially the overall podcast last week. Well, Xbox and Plurds, we bet it all on a glue factory reject named Haru Arura.
Yep.
Like
man. Yeah, it is what it is. Emily, did you play anything new?
I mean, new-ish. Like it came out within the last month.
Okay.
What was it?
Date Everything.
Oh, right. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
How's that coming along?
Are you dating everything? Do you love Lamp?
I actually haven't. I don't think I've gotten my experience with that one. I did fully romance my dishes because they're voiced by Daisuke Tsuji.
Okay.
And I was like, I have to romance him. I have to.
Your dishes.
And I did. So
fantastic.
Well, because when you like bring it to life, he has like a teacup in his hair, and his robes are all like different dishes, and it's adorable. Here, I actually took a picture of him last night while I was playing, and I will send it into the Discord.
Okay.
What are you playing this on, by the way, out of curiosity?
I'm playing on my Switch too.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good Switch 2 game.
Oh yeah, I've actually been considering Tony Hawk for Switch 2, but I'm like, I want the full fidelity when I play on a television, so I'm just kind of like,
Yeah, that's a good
get
portable
on
game
deck.
if you can get that. If that works well on Switch 2, like I'm all for it.
It does. It totally does. I know that you're planning to pick it up later in the year.
Yeah.
I can endorse the Switch 2 version from the videos I've been watching.
All right.
From what everyone keeps telling me, like it's 60, it runs good. But like I'm also like, man, when you turn I bet when you turn this game's prettiness all the way up on PC,
Yep.
it probably looks real good.
Probably looks real good. Let me see if I can pull this up over here.
What? Wait, this is a teacup? Okay, I see.
You see.
Okay.
Okay, so unfortunately, the way we have this set up, I can't quite get the image fully centered, but you can see cups, and you see like utensils on the upper end, which is also on the lower end. You see dishes. It's all on the robe. I like it.
It's all on the robe. He's adorable. He's really into poetry, so
as teacups are.
As most teacups are, yeah.
Well, racist, the teacup is Asian. I'm just saying. little fucked up.
The microwave is known as Luke Nukem.
Oh, that's good.
God,
that's good.
And he's voiced by Travis Willingham.
Man, all right.
Who is a 6'5", built like a linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Why is the microwave that? Okay, all right. Yeah. That's a good name.
You know what?
Right.
No, a microwave being built like that makes sense. We got a new microwave last year. It's combination microwave air fryer, by the way.
Oh, what?
And,
man,
you love it.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. It's super good.
That's wild.
But it's huge. It's huge. It eats up like the entire counter it's on.
I'm just saying, like, compare a microwave to a fridge, and I would be like, my microwave is like a dwarf. Just packed with muscle.
Okay, yeah, versus your fridge is like an ogre. I got you.
It's funny that you mention the fridge.
Okay.
Because you can romance your fridge in this, and he's voiced by Fred Tatasciore.
All right.
Who voices the Hulk in the Marvel Universe, like animated series and shit. Yeah, no, like it's great.
That's great. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
I would definitely recommend this game for those that like dating sims.
Cool. Hell yeah.
That sounds like a great bedtime game. I'm not a visual novel person, but I get it. Oh God.
I think that's a
I'm
show.
looking forward
you
to playing Tony Hawk.
Oh, you're playing Tony Hawk?
Yeah, that's a show. I'm looking forward to playing Tony Hawk on my Switch and my deck eventually.
Yes.
Instead of my Xbox. I'm trying to divest myself of the Xbox as much as possible.
At this point, unfortunately, just where things have turned. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all for listening and watching. Hey, if you haven't already, like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. We do these shows every week, and then we take segments and we post them online all throughout the week.
On the YouTubes.
And we try to get original edited videos out when we got them. And so hopefully you enjoy those. Like and subscribe. Well, I mean, you subscribe once, but if you like those, join the conversation.
You should get you should get others to subscribe.
That's cool. Absolutely. And then we're on social media if you want to reach out to us there. We have a Discord. That's where we're talking with people about video games and whatever else. And then don't forget to follow us on the podcast apps, wherever your podcast app is. Give us a good review and 5 stars and all that. That helps us out a lot. So, yeah, thank you very much, you guys. We got another week of video games. Donkey Kong's coming. That's nuts.
I can't wait to play that this weekend.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Anytime.
All right, we're heading out. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.